Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BrobusCast. I am your host, BrobusCast, and with me today is ZDogg.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. Wait, what? Oh, not that one? Ah, shit. Well, I got nothing else. Hey, everyone.
And we have Richard.
These discussions are gonna be.
Fire was what he said, I believe.
Yeah.
I did say yeah.
Sorry, you just cut out.
That mic is
cut out, Ryan.
That mic is peaking.
These discussions are gonna be fire. Fucking Mike.
Yeah, blame Discord anyway.
Yeah. That's always when in doubt, right?
Exactly.
This is why Skype was better. Discord.
Damn. All right. Anyway, hi, welcome. How are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing pretty all right, except the fact that there's a thunderstorm outside during this time. So hopefully,
I believe. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, hopefully that doesn't affect this recording, but I hate thunderstorm season.
I think that's the Avatar. Pissed off.
Yeah, it's probably.
I believe that is the Avatar being really pissed, and that over his loss on this most recent death battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Another obvious outcome. Who could have thunk it?
Wait, there was an episode that came out. I thought that was just a next time based on the community.
Damn.
Damn. But not untrue. Not untrue.
Let me give.
But
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Let me give this episode CPR so we can bring it back temporarily from the dead to talk about how good it was in life.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Aang versus Traveler came out.
It did.
That did. The last one, the last main fight of the Kickstarter.
That's right.
Revealed one. Yeah.
Yeah, technically. How are we feeling now that the Kickstarter episodes are done?
Weird.
I mean, it feels weird, yeah. Like, you know,
freaking weird.
You have to play because, like,
we knew like what 90% of the matchups that were coming, and that extra 10% was just surprises.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Crazy to think how far we've come from that Kickstarter, but hey,
yeah,
you know what?
It's funny because I think unless I've counted completely wrong, I think the next episode is like the last one.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that is like the last in general, because remember, a lot of people seem to forget that, you know, there was also this and plus one episode on the Kickstarter, so
yeah.
Technically, our next one is the last one, but, you know, semantics.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's more of a special than an episode, but, you know, again, semantics, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does feel weird. You know, going back to when we first started, I think that there were some highs. There were some, like, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say lows, but there definitely were some matchups that we were, you know, tilting our head at.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's kind of gone, kind of over, I think that means that going forward, all Death Battle can do is really surprise us.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, hey, besides, we're pretty much going blind for the rest of the year since we're probably still not getting Beats Zero by the end of the year.
No.
Yeah,
But,
probably not.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
having the rest of the year be surprised is a welcome one.
I will say this. I think, we're joking about it, but I think, and we've been talking about this off camera, I think that Aang versus the Traveler is probably going to go down in Death Battle's independent era history as one of the most underrated and underappreciated episodes that ever came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which, to be fair, is not all the episode's fault.
No,
Because,
it's
I think,
not.
obviously, I have to touch on this. Like, well, first of all, I would like to say I do overall feel we got a very solid episode. I would say it's probably the best Avatar one. So that
Well, it easily is. That's not even a
That
question.
is, see, okay, you see, there's a part that I'm at two crossroads.
Mhm.
In terms of best Avatar episodes, it honestly can be a toss up for me because, Korra versus Storm, for all of its faults, which funny how that episode shares some things in common with this episode as being quote unquote underappreciated, but for all of that episode's faults, it wasn't a bad Avatar episode. It wasn't a good matchup, but it wasn't a bad Avatar episode.
It's all right, I guess.
I mean, look, the most you'll hear me, I think we can all agree on is that this is way better than Aang's original episode.
I mean,
Yeah.
that wasn't a hard bar to clear. I'll be honest.
It is better in terms of literally everything, including analyses.
Yeah, but okay, real quick before we get to that though, like going back, not not all of the underrated parts are because of the episode. Because not only do I obviously not jumping too far ahead, not only is this kind of a case where the next time kind of stole all the spotlight from and discussion about this episode, which understandably so, but also this episode got hit with an unfortunate age restriction, and guess who that affected in this group? That's me.
Dead serious. ZDogg could not rewatch this episode on his own on his phone.
Yep, not on. Yep, mm-hmm. It's which unfortunately I do think kind of tanked the amount of views this episode could get. Because I guarantee you it affected a lot of other people who have to deal with this.
It did.
It's just is annoying and unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now, as the time we're recording this, and we even set off, and I did ask the guys off camera that we not speculate on what the cause is, because we could speculate, we can throw conjecture around, we could toss the old can around the campfire, but at the end of the day, the crew have not come out and said why they think this episode got age restricted. If you have your own speculatory guesses, you can tell us in the comments below, but for the time being, what we do know is that this, like ZDogg did say, this heavily hurt the episode, and I feel bad, and I think we all feel bad, because this is not a bad episode, and I would say that the Genshin community is kind of carrying this episode on their shoulders, because a lot of Genshin YouTubers have really stated how they love this amazing episode.
Yeah. And I am happy at least the Genshin people on the big Genshin tubers enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's good. And I know
Oh, and the Avatar fans think it's cool, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's an unfortunate case because like we're about to go into I think they did a very good job here. So
Yeah.
sucks that it probably won't get the recognition it deserves, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be another reason for them to advertise the Death Battle website, because there are no age restrictions, there are no censors, there are no blocks. You could just watch the episode, and that's it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hope they can figure out a way to solve the problem, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the only way they could solve the problem would be taking the episode down and tampering with it in some way, and maybe re-uploading it, or challenging whatever got it age restricted.
Yeah. Either one of those two. I don't know.
No.
Yeah. But
And
hey,
honestly,
age restricted or not, that's not going to stop us from giving this Aang versus Traveler the flowers it deserves.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it deserves a good amount of flowers, I'd say.
Yeah.
I do agree though that it is better than Aang's last episode by a mile, and I guess all they really needed to do was bring him back and then put him in his grave.
Yeah.
I'm probably still
Yeah.
go that one.
Which I guess by the way now, technically Aang versus the Traveler is a retcon episode, because again, it's fun to come up with headcanons and theories, but if we're going off of actual mythology and such, the moment Aang died, Korra
The
ceased
Korra
to be
erasure
born.
is crazy.
Yeah, right. Man, Korra cannot catch a break. My poor girl, man, you poor thing. I don't know what's worse: her getting obliterated by Storm, or never ceasing to be alive by Aang dying.
The combination is just not that great. Hey, at least she's in the Avatar Fighting Legends. Or whatever. A fighting game.
No.
And then that new series is coming out that paints Korra like a freaking genocidal maniac. So that's freaking cool.
Yes, thank you, Michael and Brian. Thank you for making it harder and harder and harder for someone like me, who is an actual Korra fan, who has his fucking username on this platform named after somebody that is Avatar related, and has a first YouTube channel that has Korra in the middle fucking name. Thank you for making Korra even more of a bad guy in the haters' eyes.
I was trying to bring up a more positive thing, but I guess, the writers want to demonize her.
As a Korra fan, the best I can get is a graphic novel that is a prequel to featuring one of Aang's children, and that's it. I get her in the Legends game. What the fuck can do? We were supposed to get a Korra movie a long time ago, but that is now forever shelved.
Damn.
It sucks being a Legend of Korra fan is the greater lesson you should take away from my ranting.
Duly noted. I mean, I haven't been Korra myself.
Meanwhile, Aang.
Anyway, so Aang, yeah.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, Aang gets a great analysis. They actually, I don't want to say they put in effort, but it seems like they definitely took the lessons and criticisms from the first one and kind of just, did it better.
Yeah. Overall, it was a solid coverage of the story. But
and okay, well, it's funny. They primarily, so this is why it's fun to have an Avatar fan, an expert here, who's read the books. But I'm sure Bro and ZDogg will read it in their own time. I highly recommend them. by the way. They're pretty good. They only cover books 1 through 3. They make a reference to one of the graphic novels with the feat involving Aang creating that giant circle around that Earth city, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But, hey, they actually broke down the martial art styles involving the bending elements. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I mentioned that in my reaction, but I always appreciate when they do stuff like that, like relate the martial arts of the series to actual martial arts styles. Like, I always think that's just a nice touch and always fun to see.
It is. It is.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah, and also, what makes this analysis that a little bit better is a certain unpaid intern. Makes her return here. So, yay! So yeah, Jocelyn's still alive. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo,
Okay, so real quick. I never thought it. I guess this is the only way they can get the other. Oh, I'm phrasing this wrong. I guess this episode is kind of proof in my head that this is the type of circumstances which will naturally bring all of the host of Death Battle together, because it first it was Among Us Fall Guys in the independent era, but if we're going all the way back to the Rooster Teeth era, it started with Jason versus Michael, and right here once again it's Jocelyn coming in, proclaiming her love of Avatar, really doing a good job of explaining the deep meanings for Aang's journey. But especially you can hear how defensive she gets when Boomstick kind of just writes Aang off for being a pacifist pussy, as he would call Aang. Again, this is why people actually do like Korra, but I'm not one of them. I like Korra because she's a good character, not because she's somebody who wants to kill people. But I love how Jocelyn really got involved in Aang's circle. Yeah. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just seeing that the other hosts, they still remember the other hosts exist and use them in places like this, and like Richard said, just hearing the passion about Atla and her defending Aang it's just nice to see. That was a nice touch.
It is. It's very nice. This kind of makes this. I'll get back to this in a minute, but it kind of there's another reason why all here makes this episode feel so special. If you can figure it out, then you already know what I'm going to say by the end. But I appreciate how they went the extra mile. They got Jocelyn in here. They got another person we'll get to for Traveler's analyses. And then Dummy's late to the party at the end.
Yeah, Dummy just appears at the end, after Travelers announces the winner.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm happy because fuck, when's the last episode he appeared?
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no, it was Among Us. I think it was Among Us Fall Guys. Yeah. No. Okay, still, it's a long while. It's still a long while.
Yeah.
With us. So even if he just makes a short appearance here, I'm happy. Happy to he's not dead.
I'm happy too. I also think that it was just, I don't know, something about Aang's second analyses this time around just felt natural. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's almost like within the confines of what they were able to work with analyses runtime, I think that just going over books 1 through 3 and leaving the additional material like the graphic novels out, I feel like that does a better job of making a steadier paced analysis. Because if you add on more material, it obviously gets more clunky and you have to try and condense it all.
Yeah.
And if you want an example, look no further than Ruby versus Maka or Buff, and that's my example. Or hell, even Omni-Man Bardock, for that matter. But yeah, no, I was happy. I was very happy. I had no problems. I mean, what else can I say? It's well edited, it's well told, and it makes me remember why. I still love, even though I haven't rewatched it in years, there's still a part of me that still likes this series and holds it in a very special place.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Also, boo-hoo, they couldn't mention the movie because, it's almost like the movie wasn't released at a convenient time for them to include the damn thing.
Like asked.
It's crazy
I mean,
how that works.
We kind of just all with no, this ain't being included because
It's like, God, it came out the day before. It's got to be included. Freaking grow up.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
Exactly.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't change anything. I'm sorry to
say.
It does not change a single damn thing.
It's funny.
I was going to say
it's funny.
It doesn't change anything.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I think the research for this kind of wrapped up before, given what they gave both the characters in the post analysis, I have a feeling that the research for this kind of wrapped up before Genshin got its big hey, let's have this one character drag down the moon or some shit.
Yeah.
So it's wow. If they really had waited, I'm not advocating for that, for the record. I'm just saying, if they had waited for the movie to come out, then Aang's loss probably would have been even worse.
Yep,
it's true. I don't plan on covering the movie in any future material, probably because I'm not in the mood to fight Paramount and their stupid blockers from automatically claiming my own video. But
thanks, copyright.
Yeah, thanks, copyright, you bastards. And that being said, I will say, I can, this is why I say this, if you honestly think Aang and the journey he goes through in that movie is so important and vital that it changes the outcome, then realistically you need to ask yourself, how much worse would it have been for Aang if he still lost to the Traveler? Because again, he's not really, it's not really doing much for him. Because at the end of the day, it's like I said a long time ago, Avatar characters are not as strong as you want them to be. They're like Dragon Ball characters. They have an upper cap.
Yeah. Also, sorry. Last thing on that, they can't wait forever to do the episode. They gotta choose to do the episode at some point, and they just whatever. And like I said before, it doesn't change the outcome, and in fact, it.
No. If anything, it's worse because that means this episode beat the movie. Because spoiler alert, and this is confirmed by the way, this movie has been finished for 2 years. It was supposed to come out last year, but it got delayed, and then it got delayed again, and then it got leaked online, and over 2 million people downloaded it, pirated it, and watched it, and made Blu-rays out of it on eBay.
Yeah, movies with Paramount companies seem to have a bad track record of that lately. Cough, cough, Plankton and Sandy movies. Anyway.
Yeah, Paramount security is kind of garbage.
I know. It's hilarious. But yeah, I have nothing further on Aang's analysis. Again, it's not my favorite analyses of the independent era, but I still think for the first ever Avatar episode of the Independent Era, I think it did pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't got a lot to complain with here, so
Yeah. And then it sucks Narrows in here because I have no idea if this was any good for Traveler. I'm not somebody who can rightfully say, oh yeah, they did the Traveler justice for his segments.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it's worth. So
I thought it was
kind of good enough for me.
Yeah. No, I thought it was pretty solid. Like,
it was serviceable.
Yeah, and from what I did talk with Nero a bit after I watched the episode for the first time. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of. I think it was pretty solid on getting Genshin stuff. It's. I don't know. Although I don't know, I've seen some backlash over it for not including certain story stuff. But like I'm not in any mood to talk about that, and that could be part of the update with the planet feed that they couldn't include. So I don't know. Plus, it's just an ongoing game in general. So
there you go. Exactly. Let that be a lesson to you, everyone in a fandom. Whenever Death Battle has to bring in something that constantly is ongoing, they're going to miss things that, spoiler alert, are probably going to not be in the episode. And even if they were included, they're either going to not change the outcome or they're going to make the outcome worse for the opposition.
Yeah. But
I do find it funny, not for any particular thing, but like I do find it funny that Genshin is like what 5-6 years old now at this point.
Yeah.
And we still don't know why the sibling of your choice sided with the villains.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh. You really think that would have been explained by now, but I guess not.
They gotta get you to keep playing somehow.
Yeah, that's true. They gotta bleed your money they gotta bleed your money somehow. ZDogg's right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, the gacha elements of Genshin seem to be mostly just like getting characters, which is like you don't need to do that to play the game. So
yeah, exactly. That's why I drew the multiverses comparison the last video, because it's one of those games where if you just have to buy characters, you don't have to not play the game. You can still play the game and not buy the characters. But I mean, then again, considering what most of the Genshin community is specifically known for when it comes to certain characters, if not all of the characters, there's probably a reason why they end up buying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. I mean, the difference between Genshin and Multiverses, just from what I've played, which in Genshin's case is nothing, Genshin at least has like a driven narrative that you don't need to buy anything to go through. Multiverses doesn't.
Can you tell I miss Multiverses?
It definitely just is.
Anyway.
But anyway, yeah. I don't know. I like even beyond whatever may have been missed. It was a solid enough story telling.
Yeah.
Entertaining analysis all throughout.
Yeah, so. And Ringmaster is repping Genshin.
I do love how consistent Ringmaster is with the franchises he likes. Like he likes Genshin and he likes League. And it's like, okay, dude, I see you have a type, and hey, I respect that.
No, I do like that. Like he's becoming that role for like characters like that. I honestly hope it keeps.
Go ahead.
I honestly hope that it kind of keeps that up for any like other characters of that genre to get in. I think it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Oh god, what happened when freaking Xiaolin versus Illidan happened? Your Xiao versus Illidan happened. Then he split. Oh no.
Yeah. It's also fun to kind of see the personalities bounce off. Like, once again, I forgot
Dude,
until I was
Wiz
reminded.
hates Ringmaster.
Yeah, Wiz straight up wants. I'm okay. I don't want to say he wants, but there is a part of Wiz that would be satisfied if Ringmaster dies.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even after how many years since GBX season 5, he still has
Yeah,
that freaking drive.
exactly. Which again, that's I didn't even think about it until now, but yeah, I mean, every time you get Ringmaster, it is kind of a sad reminder that, if this is kind of all that's left of DBX now is Ringmaster.
Yeah.
Real talk though, I hope one day, should they figure it out, should they want to do it, I do hope one day they can bring DBX back. Like, hell, even if they have to start another, if they honestly had to start another Kickstarter just to bring DBX back for like a mini series, I would totally contribute to it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Or actually, I actually did see the idea if whenever Ben and Chad, like, if they ever like hand over the show to someone else and like Wiz and Boomstick leave as hosts, like have Jocelyn and Ringmaster be the new hosts of Death Battle. I think that'd be fitting.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
that would be fun. That would be fun. I would love to see Ring. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm always somebody who wants to see more of Jocelyn and Ringmaster, because I feel like their chemistry is kind of not tapped into enough. But that being said, I do feel like that's a pipe dream, because let's be real here. And excuse me for the Rick stutter there, but I feel like that kind of tanks. That's just tanking a lot of perceptions that everybody loves to have about the show, because this is the Wiz and Boomstick hosted show. Trying to tamper with it in any way with new hosts, it will have some kind of effect on the show, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've just seen that idea. Like,
Maybe
obviously,
an episode, like maybe a episode where, like, maybe, I don't know, they're talking about certain franchises that they think both Ringmaster and Jocelyn would like. I actually think it would be funny and fitting.
Wait.
Okay, you see the wheels turning in my head.
No. They need to host Light versus Columbo.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, Wiz and Boomstick just see the episode script, and they're just like, man, this is not no, this isn't gonna do. Like, they're just so uninterested in the script that they're like, who the hell would do this? And then the camera pans over to Jocelyn and Ringmaster. I mean, we'll do it. I mean, or hell, like, I don't know what Liam's cooking, or hell, it would be kind of cool if the episode was kind of presented as a Desk of Death Battle special. Like, maybe Jocelyn comes in to get an episode to talk about for a feature length, and she's happening to talk about Light Yagami, and Ringmaster just immediately pops in because he likes anime.
True.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Release the Jocelyn and Ringmaster cut of Light versus Columbo. Yeah, no, I'm with ZDogg. I'm sorry, I'm with Bro. I thought the Traveler segment was fine. I honestly don't understand the confusion or the overwhelming sensation, because what makes Traveler any different from any other character that is brand new to the show when it comes to breaking down their lore and putting them in a versus schematic?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just thought Traveler was good. He was well done.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. And the editing was good.
it got
It was
me
fun,
intrigued into the world of Genshin. It seems like a very interesting world.
Yes, except I don't like Paimon.
Well, unfortunate. Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate because she shows up in the fight. On that note, let's talk about the fight.
Oh, wait. One more thing I want to mention. I laughed when. Okay. Sorry. I laughed when Boomstick mentioned called Lisa his wife and Klee his daughter. I thought that was fun.
Boomstick, you sad bastard.
It's funny because I saw reactions from someone who has played Genshin, and he heard that and like he heard like yeah, like Lisa's my wife. He's like, of course she is, and then he says like, yeah, here's my adopted daughter Klee. It's like, oh, of course she is.
So Boomstick is a basic bitch, confirmed for Genshin. Got it.
Sure. I don't know. I just thought that was fun, and that's even funnier. All right, now we go on to the fight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for ruining your. Yeah.
Are you really that sorry?
Look, man. The NiceSegway.com are literally keeping their eyes on us to make sure we're earning that damn revenue and funding for these shows. So yeah, we need to look. Once is fine, but twice is literally asking them to cut off the funding for this damn expensive lounge that we invested in. I gotta get mileage out of this gold couch, damn it.
Thank God. Anyway, fight.
It's funny. It's funny you keep mentioning this goddamn couch. Nobody sees it.
We see it. We haven't been paid enough to show it on screen. You see, that's the.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, the fight. This fight's pretty.
Yeah, this fight's really
pretty.
As you say, I think that's one thing like everyone could agree on. This fight looks very nice. The post-viz team did some good shit on it. Like all the elements are looking really nice. So, which obviously,
this episode's animation was hyped up, and I can say I thought it delivered on the hype.
Yeah.
First of all, Duvod is back again, but this time he's the animation lead.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, and then also, of course, he's animating this along with Electric and Project Alpha.
Yeah, they get more work.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice to see.
Yeah. It's okay.
Project Alpha really showed up and was like, "Here, I'm going to be on every episode now."
Yeah. Okay. Ever since, and it's funny how we don't talk about this much because I think we've just moved past it. But how interesting is it that I think we're at a point right now where we're going to be okay if Devil Artemis never comes back to animate, because it kind of gives people like Project Alpha and Electric to really just clock in.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If stuff like this is what we get, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's funny. This is going to sound like a backhanded compliment when it's just supposed to be a compliment. But this episode's animation kind of it looks like a Genshin cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree there.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, okay. Here's my one and only nitpick with the fight. Once again, it's another episode in a row, and I can't lie. I have noticed. It wasn't until Nemesis Blood Rings review came out. By the way, on a side note, every time I bring him up, no, in no way am I hinting or am I teasing that he'll appear on this show. I honestly don't think he would find his time worthwhile being with us, unless he specifically asks and reaches out to us. Just thought I'd clear the air there. Nobody asked, but I just wanted to clear that out. Anyway, I did notice that once again, this episode has kind of been on a pattern of the animation just starts with the fight in progress. Like, we're not left with any explanation as to how it happened. Although some of the other fights, you can make guesses from what they give you on how the fight happened. But with this episode, it's like, no, man, it just starts. Like, the best case scenario, Aang just happened to be coming by, and then all of a sudden he sees this guy trying to get into the Sacred Air Temple, and he feels like he needs to defend it. Or the worst case scenario is the Traveler decided to be an asshole and fight and challenge Aang after Aang just simply asked him, "Hey, what you doing there?" And then Traveler's like, "Oh shit, I guess I gotta kill a whole bitch."
Traveler woke up and chose violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
like, that's really my only nitpick about this animation is I really don't like that there's no explanation as to why they're fighting.
Yeah, I've noticed that seems to be happening a lot this year, which, you know, I don't really mind that much. I mean,
no, I don't either.
Like, granted, I would have liked at least some line, like, explaining that, like, because at least, like, you know, fights like Bakuze and Grewmind, like, you know, they have at least a line explaining.
Well, I mean, episodes like Century Prime, you can gather from his one line of "and mess up a superhero crossover." So, pretty much going with the theme that he knows he's in a death battle. I mean, Cell versus Metal is kind of self-explanatory. Cell just the Egg Fleet show up, accept Cell's challenge, and Metal is their strongest fighter to defend them. And then, you know, there's episodes like Ichigo versus Yusuke, which do not have this problem because they're just walking past each other, and it's like, ah, shit, demon! Oh, we gotta kick each other's ass.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like,
I think this episode does at least try to it does have like some little hints here and there. I don't think you could make a full-on thing out of it, but
yeah, at least Piedmont's line about looking for treasure.
Yeah,
it's something. Like, again, like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, but, you know, I like whenever a fight starts in Media Red, at least a line explaining something would have been nice.
I don't know. For me, whenever I see the fight just like start, there's no real big setup. They're already fighting. My immediate reaction is always just like, oh, we're just getting straight into it, and then my mind just completely drifts away from that for the rest of the episode. I'm just like, oh, we're fighting now, okay, and then we're moving on. So I mean, I obviously would prefer any setup versus no setup, but like the fact that like us not getting any setup is kind of whatever to me. I don't really care that much.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's just a lot. Sorry.
No, you.
I think it's just a lot more noticeable, like, here, considering how many fights have started.
Sure.
This year.
Like, look, once is okay. Twice is all right. 3 times okay, all right. 4 times is sure, and 5 times like whatever.
I think
it does.
I think a lot of it is they're trying to devote their resources elsewhere.
Which is fine.
Especially since, like, when you look at like their scripts, like if you think about it from like a scriptwriter's perspective, they like to set like a limit to how long the scripts usually are. And then they write the setup, like the reason for them to fight, and they're already like half a page into their script, and it's like, okay, whoa.
Most of them don't bother me. Again, the ones I mentioned, I didn't mind so much because there's enough lines in the episode to draw my own conclusion. Excuse me. and be satisfied with what I'm coming up with. But then when I just get to this, I don't know. It's basic. Oh, okay, Paimon just went out to travel to collect treasure, but that's only from her perspective. There still is that. Well, what the hell happened in between? That is a little nagging at me. But then again, this is why I'm in no position to judge. I have no idea if this is accurate to the Traveler's character. Like if he just goes around smashing pots and starting shit with people.
I think what also could be part of it too is just the not having like a full-on setup does also kind of does at least kind of alleviate the risk of writing a pacifist like Aang in a weird light.
Considering the last episode he was in, yes, because this really is Aang. You are right. Aang is the most difficult person to write a setup for because it's either going to be it's pick your poison. You can either have a setup where it's a clunky explanation as to why he's fighting, or you have no setup at all and you eliminate that risk factor, because the whole reason why not many, if not all, people loved Aang versus Edward was the setup was weak. It was just a simple misunderstanding, and yet somehow that paints Edward as out of character, but it keeps Aang in character because he is defending himself. So
I think I would have been a little bit more I still wouldn't have cared that much, but I would have been more questioning of like the setup, like the why they're fighting if Aang had won. But since he didn't, I'm like, I kind of don't care anymore.
Right.
It's like Aang didn't kill Traveler, so it's like,
no.
All right.
Well, I mean,
I guess whatever.
Yeah. No. I mean, that situation is always going to be tricky, like I said, because if Aang wins, it's another Aang versus Edward situation again, where you feel like it was unnecessary, and then they themselves have to address it. But since Aang lost, that just went out the window in terms of risk and fear. So, yeah.
It's also,
I don't know.
Like, I know, I say, like, it's hard to write for pacifist characters. I know people are going to, I know some smartass in the comments is gonna immediately be like, well, yeah, but they wrote the Doctor really well. And I'm like, okay, well, one, Rick is kind of a grump, so...
Rick was the instigator in that.
Yeah. So, like, him instigating that makes perfect sense, and the Doctor just kind of being like, whatever, screw you. It's like, okay, yeah, that works. Also, well, I mean, okay, yeah, again, one, Aang lost, so that, again, is like, okay, cool. Now, any questions I have doesn't matter. But also, like, in the Doctor's case, like, his win was by Rick's hands, so...
It's true, yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of get the sense of that here. I mean, this is jumping way, way, way ahead, but the same thing also does apply to Aang, with him kind of losing by his own hand.
Kind of. Even still, it's like... There, like, I don't think it's a good comparison to make. I know they're both pacifists, but they're very different levels to this kind of thing.
Yes. Yes, I agree. You guys are hitting the nail on the head. But then going back to the fight, I will say I think the choreography is on point. I don't really mind. Okay, I guess this is another criticism that I don't really add to the episode, but it is one I've heard. I don't mind that Aang is not being as creative with his bending abilities like he's usually portrayed as being. And the reason I'm okay with that is because Bro mentioned it earlier with the script writing. Because Death Battle is independent, they can't really do a lot with Aang in terms of his combative style. They have to really just make sure that they hit the key notes. He does air bending, he does fire bending, he does water bending, he does earth bending, and he goes into the Avatar state. Boom, done.
I mean, even then,
know,
I wouldn't even say he was like that uncreative with bending.
Yeah, I think they did.
I think they
No.
pulled off some
Some
neat
creative
tricks.
stuff here.
There were
I think the air gust in the lighting section, especially, I thought that was kind of cool.
yeah, that was fine.
Pretty good.
That was fine. I guess when they're on the, and I would even say like on the ground, there is a moment where when Aang creates a fog using water, and then he's also using the seismic sense to essentially keep track of the traveler.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fine. Like I get the complaint, I get the criticism, but if Aang's not going to be doing Torian level fucking choreography,
It's like I really do wonder. Like this is not trying to be like, I'm not trying to like instigate something. I'm not trying to start something. I'm just like, I'm just curious. Like when y'all asked for like super creative bending tricks, I kind of wonder what you mean.
yes, because I haven't. Now, granted, I have not rewatched the series in a minute, but I can tell you the most creative Aang got with his bending really was, well, air bending. He never got that creative with fire bending. He never got that creative with earth bending. Water bending, maybe. But air bending was always his go-to style that he would just pretty much pull out all the stops on and then some.
Yeah.
I had to address it because I just find that funny that the idea that they're wanting Aang to be more creative when I think in reality what they're wanting is they're wanting Aang's choreography to be more extensive, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Because if this episode's animation wasn't subtle enough, this is all hand animated. This is not mocapped. So you don't get that much physical choreography involved. It's very much done by hand. But yeah, no. Other than that, yeah, shit. I'm having a hard time trying to praise this animation. Other than it looks pretty, it's very creative with what it does for both characters. There are cameos.
There are cameos.
But, yeah.
Freaking Appa shows up out of absolutely freaking nowhere.
Yeah.
This is the first, which is funny because the first Aang episode, it was Momo and the Cabbage Guy, and now here it's Appa, which I actually kind of like that it was just Appa.
Yeah, I think we've run. I know people wanted the Cabbage Guy. I think we've run that joke into the ground.
Yeah, I agree. There's no sense in doing it again.
Like, would it have been nice? Would it have been nice to see him again? Sure. Like I wouldn't have.
Well, my question is,
I wouldn't have complained about seeing him again, but like, I'm not like super disappointed that he's not here.
I mean, my question is, what the hell is he doing here?
I don't know. What's he doing literally everywhere else?
Well, no, everywhere else he's either passed on and his cabbages went with him somehow, or he was when he was alive, he was at a market where he sells cabbages. That like generally that's what I mean is, well, if he did appear, why is he at Northern Air? Why is he at an air temple? Dude doesn't really get much customers out there. Just kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's wandering.
But yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. But yeah, I thought it was cool to see Appa. And
yeah,
it was a cute cameo. What I'd like to see the aerial fight that we get with Aang riding Appa Sure, absolutely, but that isn't what we always get, and I'm just happy they remembered to include him this time.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a glider fight instead. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, and then and Paimon is here too, which I mean,
I had to get
I don't.
Paimon. Of course.
Yeah, which almost every Genshin YouTuber that I watched react to this episode all wanted Appa to eat her. It must be a bad character or something for her to warrant that kind of reaction.
I didn't know Genshin YouTubers were into that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, the more you know.
Okay.
Okay, so you brought up the aerial battle. Honestly, I think this is where the episode kind of peaks for me personally, in terms of its overall hype factor.
Yeah.
was good. Yeah, very cool. And again, like I mentioned, I do like the tunnel thing.
Yeah.
The tunnel gust that he managed to.
Yeah, that was nice. And again, it's just getting a fight above the clouds. It's got a great rhythm to it. It's very nice. It's very paced.
Again, I know
don't
we
know.
mentioned it, but it also just looks very nice. So.
It does, yeah. That's this whole animation. It just looks very nice. But we gotta dig deeper than can't just say it.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah, and then the climax was cool. I very much enjoyed. So okay, it's coming, but I do like that now that the Traveler is on the back foot after getting plonked on the head by a rock fist, and also getting. And again, Genshin, I've seen the Genshin YouTubers all kind of criticize this animation for that moment. Aang bending and sending back the water energy when it's not actual water, like Nero told us the last time. But hey, it's a cool moment for Aang, so I'll fucking take it.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. I like that little moment where Paimon has just invaded Traveler's head, telling him to, get the hell up and remember what he's fighting for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I know we also talked about it with Aang, but I also appreciate how much elements you get to see from Traveler, because I'm pretty sure you get to see like almost all the elements, and I thought they were used in pretty cool ways. And also, especially like when we get to the Avatar form, like first of all, like the flaming kick into Aang bending rocks, which is what gets him into the Avatar form.
Yeah.
I thought that.
Him surrounding himself. This is where you either love this animation for it or you don't. I personally didn't mind it, but the entire third act, from Aang's perspective, is basically recreating his fight with Ozai and the opening of the intro when he goes into the Avatar state.
I caught that shit instantly. I was like, wait a minute, are those the poses from the intro?
Yeah. Okay, I see you. But
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if this is giving. No. I will also say I do also find Traveler using electricity to go like basically use the water from the Avatar state to shock Aang. I thought that was a very creative use of electricity, and very nice to see that.
Yeah.
That was. I appreciated it myself. And yeah, speaking of the Avatar state, again, I've seen a lot of people complain about it, and at this point, I'm just numb to the damn thing. I don't care. But I have seen some people criticize how the Avatar state, for all of its on-screen appearance, it kind of lacks, the destructive environmental force that the Avatar state used to bring out. I honestly, I couldn't care less. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, if we're giving a pity point to Aang versus Edward, it actually did a better job of portraying what Aang is like in the Avatar state. Even down to the booming voice, almost as if it's representing all of the avatars talking. I kind of knew that was never going to be in this episode because, again, BrobusCast brought up the script, so I'm fine with the compromise of, we didn't get much of the destructive element. Not destructive. We didn't get to see how destructive to the environment the Avatar state is, and we didn't get to hear Aang really go into that deep, booming voice to be essentially all of the avatars speaking through him.
I don't think we're losing much. I don't know. I mean, would have been nice to see, but I don't know. I still think that the Avatar state has enough impact, no pun intended, on its own.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, I do find myself remembering and going back to just how epic Korra was in the Avatar state. Especially because how she goes into it and how she literally puts everything on the line against her opponent compared to Aang. Yeah, Aang does the cool poses and all that, but I don't know. To me personally, I feel like for as much screen time as it had, something about it just felt like it was good. But I would have liked to have seen more screen time of it, I guess, is my criticism.
Yeah.
But then again, counterpoint, then that just ultimately makes the Traveler winning more inevitable.
Yeah. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess.
Yeah, and hey, hey, it was cool seeing a 3D version of what the Avatar state is like, because for the past 2 episodes it's only been pixelated in 2D and sprite. So I thought it was good, and it was also nice to see Traveler's OP shield just tank all of the freaking elements Aang is throwing at him.
Yep.
And then, yeah, ultimately, I thought it was also cool that you actually see the Traveler screw around with Aang in the stage by sending his lightning combo through the wind tunnel, and it interacts and paralyzes Aang.
Yeah, like I brought that up before, but yeah, I thought very creative use of that thing. So that was
yeah.
And then
yeah,
leads into the death, which I think is really cool. Like
the death, I don't mind. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean,
like, freaking hell, freaking parting the sea, like
I was gonna say,
overkill mud.
I don't remember what this fucking sword attack is called. I don't. What does that matter when it fucking cuts through the damn sea? I don't want to say ocean, but it definitely cuts through that lake of water and just obliterates Aang.
I was gonna say, yeah, freaking splits him in half.
Yeah.
Listen, whatever body of water it is, like fucking parting it's a really cool visual. And,
Seeing
it
fire
just looks
sword part of a lake of water, and then it comes towards. And funny enough, I didn't realize this until someone mentioned it. You actually, when Aang dies, he is surrounded by all of the elements before he perishes. Yeah, look at that. See, this episode has details. You just have to, look for them.
Exactly.
I thought the death was cool.
I like it.
I think this animation is cool. I mean, there were some great moments. I didn't mention it, but Aang getting paralyzed earlier on.
Yeah.
That was cool. Actually, there's one thing I also wanted to mention about it that we kind of glossed over. I think Aang taming Traveler's dinosaur form. I thought that was a very fun thing.
Oh,
Like
that
the
was
fact
fun, yeah.
That was very fun. Yeah,
the fact they used freaking Traveler's dinosaur form at all was, but like having Aang basically tame it and like control it for a bit, that was fun. I appreciate that.
yes, it was. Yeah, no. Yeah, this animation was pretty damn good. I know it sounded like it sounds like we're struggling so hard to fucking try and blaze this animation, but in reality, we do love it.
Oh, no, I thought it was very cool. I definitely think they made a good use out of all the elements involved, and
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's just.
I guess
I think
really the only thing I can say, and this is just addressing a complaint to then counter it, is like it's very like choreography focused and like effect focused. Meanwhile, the characters themselves are kind of there, and it's like, I mean, I get it, and yes, that's not as interesting as like bigger character driven moments like we got in fights like Sentry versus Superboy Prime. But like, I don't really know. Again, outsider, right? I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do with Traveler in the first place.
yeah,
like,
exactly. I mean,
like I know he has character. I'm not saying he doesn't. But
yeah, but we're not the best judges of his character to
well,
say
no.
what they could have done.
Okay, really, the thing is, again, I think a lot of it just does boil down to what people are expecting out of these episodes. Like they want the crossover, which is like I get it, but there's I don't. How do I say this without running the risk of getting crucified? Because I know Ben said something similar. I was gonna say it being a big crossover is not really what Death Battle is all about. But people, I know
You're
Ben,
not wrong.
well, it's just I know Ben said something similar. I was either on Champions Cast or Fireside or whatever, and people like roasted him for it. Yeah, I don't know.
I hate to say it. We've talked about it before. I think it just comes down to every death battle has a certain entitlement to it from the fans, and it's even more tripled now because, gee, who's currently making it possible for these episodes to come out consistently once a month? So, with great financial investment comes heavy entitlement and bitchiness.
I think a lot of it is what's a comparison I can make? People want the Scooby-Doo Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover movie that they got over, like, I don't know, take Random Joe Schmo 1 and Random Joe Schmo 2 and bang action figures together. That's what Death Battle is. It's like, it's not some big like crossover event. Like, it does cross over, yes, but what Death Battle ultimately is at the end of the day is taking two action figures and bashing them together. That's essentially what Death Battle is.
Yes, I agree. And, granted, okay, look, yes, anybody who has watched Death Battle for so long and anybody who makes content off of this, yes, you can point to episodes where it felt like they were putting the crossover first and then the choreography second. There have been many, many episodes that have done this. I mean, hell, go all the way back to the Screw Attack era for the season 1 finale. That episode, Goku vs. Superman, by the way, that episode was, for all intents and purposes, a giant fucking crossover. Literally,
Yeah.
it was a crossover. So I understand that there are people who want that for every episode, but that's not always going to be the case. Because realistically, again, BrobusCast and I don't know jack shit about Genshin other than what we were just informed of via this episode. BrobusCast is right on the money. How the hell do you write a crossover between Aang and the Traveler?
I guess, like, ultimately the thing is wow, I had a thought and then it just completely left. Yeah, I just don't know what more you. Okay, I found it. I feel like when people think about this matchup, like think of this pairing, I feel like a lot of it. I feel like what makes this match so interesting and so like fun to like make a fight out of, because it's a thing. Yes, there's the crossover aspect about it, but we're here for the fight. It's called Death Battle, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But what makes this fight so interesting is seeing all the different elements clash together. Like we want to see who can manipulate the elements better between the Avatar and the Traveler. Like that's ultimately what we're here for. I don't care that like there isn't really much of a story behind it, or that the Traveler has the personality of a plank of wood. Like, I don't care about that. I'm here to see the elements clash. God damn it.
Yeah. So, I guess to put it as simply as possible, to wrap a bow around it, we came here for the style, not the substance. Because ultimately, I know, but again, like from how I view it, that is ultimately how I would categorize this episode. And again, that is not meant to be a negative. That is very much meant to be a backhanded compliment, because realistically, again, I don't know how you can write an actual story between these two, because we did hit all of the major keynotes on how it would. Unless the script was longer, even then it's kind of a struggle. So if you take out the story aspect of it, this episode really is not about the story. It's not about the characters. It's about you. You even just said yourself. You did kind of look. You dug the holes on this hill. I'm gonna fucking jump headfirst into the hole. This episode is about the elements. It's about the choreography. It is about very much a great animation. It has nothing in store when it comes to the characters, because that's the thing. Most of us know who Aang is. We know what his character is. We don't know jack shit about the Traveler, a small few of us. So can we really say that this episode went out of its way to make us want to download Genshin and really explore that character? From my opinion, no, it did not. I still don't want to play Genshin, because Genshin Impact is not my thing. Neither is Starwell, Honkai, or any other gacha game. But I can respect and understand why the Traveler and the franchise that he comes from means a lot to people. I understand why people love spending money on this, on these type of games.
Also, I'm being real. When it comes to Genshin characters, you're not thinking of either.
Exactly. So
like, I know he's the player character, but like, ask anybody who their favorite Genshin character is. Nobody's saying Ether.
No, exactly. So again, that is where that's. I know it's something you both may not personally agree with, but I feel like subtly you were setting up that this is more about the style than the actual substance, because again,
and here's the thing.
If I may be so.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I know I've seen the comparisons to characters like Joker or like Dark Souls and Skyrim. I've seen some people say like they got more character out of Dark Souls and Skyrim, even though that has like one line said across both of them, than they did for Traveler. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, what character are you seeing there? I love that fight. Don't get me wrong, that fight is amazing. But what character are you getting out of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, the best one really is Joker, because I got more character out of Joker than I did the Traveler. And again, maybe that's because I'm not the person this matchup was made for, but I already know Aang's character. I know where it starts, I know where the middle is, I know where the end is. Realistically, what can this episode possibly do to further develop my appreciation and love for Aang as a character? Absolutely nothing. What can it do for me for getting into the Traveler? Also,
like, Joker at least has Persona 5 the animation to fall back on.
It's true.
Like Persona has a collection of like short OVA anime shows. Genshin doesn't. And again, that's not to say that the Traveler is like a nothing burger character. I'm not trying to say he lacks personality or anything like that. It's just I don't know how much of that you can really get. Again, outsider. Okay, I'll fully admit that. Maybe insiders can let me know. But I don't know how much of Traveler's like lore, character, personality. I don't know how much of that you can get when you're throwing him in a death battle.
Yeah. I feel like I just feel like this episode is an interesting burger. It's not a nothing burger, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, I don't know where we can really go from there. Unless ZDogg, do you have any insights?
I don't know. It's just, I mean,
fair enough.
I mean, okay. I will be fair because I know, like the thing, like people say, like, you know, we're here to see these characters as these characters, not as their functions.
Right.
But I definitely agree with, you know, obviously, you know, if you're gonna have these characters, have them being character, don't just have their move stats.
Well, sure.
But like, I don't know. Like, I don't think, and yeah, you know, I will admit, I do enjoy when Death Battle goes into the full crossover part.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, you know,
okay.
I can't agree. Like, you know, whether you like it or not.
I'm sorry, ZDogg, real quick. I just had a thought. I'm just putting that out there. I'm going to let ZDogg finish his thoughts.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Like, it is, like, you know, the battle, you know, the battle is the most important part. And yes, I do agree that, like, you know, you should get the characters right and, you know, like, not ignore their character. But I mean, I can kind of agree, like, you know, like having an episode, like, you know, and it's not like their characters are ignored or anything. It's just like,
no, they're
you
definitely
know, we
not,
still have like,
they're definitely not blank slate characters.
Exactly. And like, you know, there's still some charming moments all throughout, even if, you know, at least with Aang, you probably could have gotten some more lines of dialogue in. But like,
yeah,
you know, just having an episode be, you know, for like the style is also, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing to do. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's my 2 cents on it.
No, that's fair. So I just remembered this thought. Because this is another perspective. If we're to take, so it's funny that BrobusCast brought up Dark Souls versus Skyrim earlier because, well, if you take the last line, if you take the line Boomstick says immediately after the KO in and I do mean if you take this as literal as possible, then maybe another way and a perspective you can look at this episode and its animation is it's Boomstick playing the game. It's him.
Oh yeah, maybe.
When he says he completed his dailies, perhaps he is. And again, yes, this could be stretching it, but to me, I feel like perhaps this can be a sign that maybe the simulation was just Boomstick playing the game.
Yeah.
Very similar to Dark Souls Skyrim, where when the KO happens and you get the "you died," you get Boomstick cursing.
Oh god, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I guess, like, if I had to make my own comments about the character writing, I guess maybe like one or two lines from Traveler, like responding to what Aang is doing, probably would have been nice. But like,
yeah, because you only get that with Aang.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I admit to have not seen Avatar in years, but Aang never really struck me as a super banter-heavy character.
It was more reactionary than consistently talking your head off.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm also very well aware that we are all speaking under the perspectives of people who have not played Genshin and probably haven't watched Avatar in years.
Yeah.
Well,
do keep that in mind as well. We are for all intents and purposes kind of outsiders here. I mean, Richard's watched Avatar a million times at this point, but
yeah.
I mean, for me personally, again, I obviously do prefer it when they do have character moments and like deep writing when they don't. So like I much prefer the writing in something like Sentry vs. Superman Prime over something like this. But as long as there is at least some character here and it's not egregiously out of character for both of them, I'm kind of chilling.
But like I said, I do think for what character we did get here, well, what dialogue we did get here, I'd say it lines up pretty well with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's good.
It's funny. We sometimes mention this from time to time, but I am interested to find out if and where we'll have any new perspective and insights for this episode when we talk about it again in our ranking for the future. Because bro's right. We're all outsiders, and I feel like that kind of can determine the episode's quality in our eyes, because if we're not immediately attached to something for one character, we can only go off of what we have for the other. And I'm just going to bet right now, not actually bet, but I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here and assume by the time we talk about this episode again, wherever it happens to be in our rankings, I'm going to just make the bold assumption that all three of us will have not, by then, played Genshin Impact.
Probably not.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see. Anyway, should we talk about the characters so much? We want to move on to the voice acting?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good. Everyone was good.
Yeah.
I mean, well, first off, Amanda Gonzalez is back. Ironically voicing an avatar. That
How did she go from Korra to Aang? That's funny to me.
I don't know. Okay. Also, I'm gonna get the criticism that I have seen people lobby at this episode. It's very much a Ben versus Hal situation, which, man, saying that out loud just makes me feel old. I have seen people take criticism with Amanda's. Let's just be nice and say pitch that she chose for this character for her interpretation of how she voices Aang, juxtaposed to what model they are using in this animation.
Meh. I would have felt more. It would have felt more of a juxtaposition if it was a much older Aang, but it's really not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's too weird. I mean,
it did take me a while to get used to. I'm not gonna lie, but it didn't tank the experience. I mean, that's a nitpick, because in her defense, and in all of the voice actors' defense, they haven't seen the animation yet. They don't know what's going on. They're just reading words off a page.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hell,
I mean,
we don't know what happened behind the scenes with this fight. So that's what I attribute it to.
Yeah, I mean, also in the Ben Hal comparison, I do think I don't mind it as much as. I mean, I didn't really mind it in Ben Hal either, but in comparison, again, the fact they're focusing on, the series Aang in comparison to adult Aang, I don't know, I didn't mind that the voice also fit the childish Aang either, and yeah, I mean, overall, I think she did a good performance overall, so I can't really complain.
I mean, personally speaking, I think giving her more lines would have solidified it for me. But I do think she did good. Now, if you put a gun to my head and ask me which one I prefer more, well, obviously I'm gonna say Korra, because I feel like she just captured Korra better.
Yeah.
But now all of this being said, if Azula or comes on, hey, I'm down to have Amanda try and do a Grey Griffin impression.
Sure.
I mean, I don't envy her. You know how hard it is to do a Grey Griffin impression? It's fucking hard.
I imagine it's pretty difficult.
You have to really tap into that bitchiness that people love to hate.
Anyway, so Traveler's pretty good too.
I have no comment on him. I do got to agree. Man, I wish this character got more lines, because I didn't know. I thought he was okay. If this is what he sounds like in the game, then he did a good job.
Yeah. For the record, it's Ryan McCand.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously didn't get too many lines, but I thought the ones he did have was good. And from what I know of Traveler's voice, or at least Aether's voice,
oh, thank God!
Yeah, I think I thought it was I thought it sounded good enough. So,
all right,
I'm not complaining.
Enough for us.
Exactly.
And then on the other hand, what the frick, Lily Pichu?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Lily Pichu the official voice actress for Paimon?
No, but she's the official voice of another character from Genshin whose name I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well then there you go.
So they got a Genshin voice actor in there, just not the one.
It's funny because everybody recognized her too.
Yeah, every Genshin YouTuber I've seen react to this episode immediately clocked on that it was her.
Yeah. Even when this when this went up for the premiere and Lily Pichu was in the description. Also, she got Also, Paimon got squeezed into the cast preview, which I think is funny.
There you go.
But I just remember like a lot of Discord servers I've been being like, "What the frick, Lily Pichu?" I'm just sitting here like, who? Like,
Well,
So, I guess you could say Lily Pichu being here is like when Brobuscus was freaking out that they got Sean Chiplock.
yeah, I
voice,
guess.
Mahito.
I guess she was like, I say was like, I guess she's like a pretty popular like streamer, which I guess is where people recognized her
Right.
from.
Yeah, that's my understanding too. She's a popular Genshin streamer who also, again, voice acts in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well, in
I
that
mean,
case,
hey, good for
I mean,
her.
yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say, close she
Yeah.
got to be a part of the episode in some way. So that's good. Also,
Yeah.
for the record, I looked it up. It's Sayu. Is the character with the
Sayu,
voices.
yes.
Yeah.
Sayu.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I mean,
well, yeah.
what I've heard of.
She also apparently just landed a role in Overwatch.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Is she like Juno or something? Or
I think the new character they just got announced. I don't keep up with Overwatch stuff.
Yeah.
I think the new character that just got announced. Apparently, she voices her.
well, good for her.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, what
Demon.
I've-
That's her name.
yeah, there you go. Okay. I mean, from what I've heard of Paimon voice, it sounds like a pretty good replication of that. So, and
Yeah.
because from my understanding, Paimon is a character with a bit of an annoying voice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad
There
it.
you go.
I'm kind of glad it. How do I put this nicely? I'm glad it wasn't too annoying on the ears.
Agreed. No, I agree. I can agree
Yeah.
with
So,
Yeah.
no, I
that. Yeah.
and now Appa's voice actor. Wait a second. Anyway, you
No,
gotta get
that's
everyone.
pretty- Well, I mean, technically, that is D. Bradley Baker.
That's true.
voicing Appa.
That's true.
There you go.
Mhm.
He did good anyway. This is like,
Yay! That's twice we've got an official Avatar voices in Death Battle. Let's go!
there you go. But anyway,
Yeah,
Matt,
they did
last.
good.
Yeah, very good job all around. Claps to y'all.
Yeah.
And now
Speaking
the
of
song.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say.
What I don't even know what it's called. I forget what it's called.
Beyond the Winds.
Beyond the
Yep,
Wind.
Beyond the
Yeah.
Wind.
And it was Brandon, so I was incorrect. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Well,
And
no,
also-
you and I were both incorrect.
It also was vocals, so we were all incorrect.
Yep.
It's
what's-
true. And
But for what it's worth,
That's all right.
pretty cool. I like it.
great. Yeah, I think the track is the most memorable part about the episode.
That's all right.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
I was
As a vocal track, it's nothing really special. There's very little
no.
vocal about it, but I don't know. I had fun.
Mhm.
I have fun listening to it on its own.
So
The
see,
vocals that are there are kind of they
they
are kind of
feel muffled.
addicting. So like I can't help but
Yeah.
find myself singing along whenever it comes up.
yeah. No, I okay. So real quick, because this is still within the episode topic, but this is kind of separate. Hey, don't know if y'all saw, but Death Battle is releasing the first volume of the Independent Era on a vinyl.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. Today was, as the time of recording this, today was the cutoff point for it. Where I'm going with this is, if this was to be included, I would actually love it because I think that this track is damn addictive, like Bro said. So yeah, if the volume 1 vinyl does good, please make a vinyl 2 and have Beyond the Wind be on it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. Yeah, it's an all right track for me. I mean, I do appreciate they got the avatar, the Chaka, or whatever you
Yeah.
call those. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Serves the battle well, and that's about it.
Um,
Also, shouldn't forget to mention the other person on the track, Lily Zhang.
Yeah.
She was the vocalist.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
That's the girl who did the Hatsune Miku track we talked about ages ago.
Oh yeah,
nice.
nice to see she's still on tracks.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think she did the I forget the opponent's name, but the Cell versus Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
character.
Cell's Giant.
Yeah.
Cell's Gion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was on that too.
Nice.
Nice.
That's good. Well, nice she finally got onto an official track.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Sorry. I
Okay.
guess on that note, overall thoughts on the episode.
Yeah, I am pretty satisfied here. And again, you feel really bad that it's kind of getting overlooked within the community for multiple reasons. Because I don't know. I thought it was pretty fun overall, and the analyses were pretty engaging, and the fight.
Yeah.
I know. I just like it.
Okay.
Easy.
I guess what I'll say, just to be as like firm but fair as possible. As a whole, I wouldn't exactly say this episode is anything special. It is simple. It is it gets the job done. It's I know how this sounds, but bear with me. It's very much a I've got nothing better to do. I need some time to kill. Let's rewatch a death battle. Let's pull this one up. I know how that sounds, but I honestly see that as a good thing. I'm honestly okay with much more simple, especially after the last episode. I think something that's a lot more streamlined. So it's simple but fun. I think I think that's the best way to describe it. Which for an Avatar episode, I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Come on, we still don't have something peak out of Avatar," but like compared to its predecessors, something simple but fun is kind of what Avatar needs. So,
Yeah.
I think the best way for me to sum it up is really it's similar to what Bro is saying, but it's a different direction. I think this is a good popcorn episode.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Can agree there. Yeah. You say just some clean, solid fun.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like we mentioned when we talked about UG Identity, I feel like, that we can allow a death battle episode to be that, guys. We don't need every episode to be the Peepers. Like, I know we're coming off Zenshi Superboy Prime. I know. But, like, just, yeah. Keep your mind open and have some fun with an episode.
I agree. I think the best way to just look at this episode is enjoyment. And it's a good time if you just let your expectations down. It's a simple but effective take on this pairing. And I feel like that's kind of what we needed. We didn't need anything too grand.
Yeah. I mean, it's our first Avatar episode in a while. It's our first Genshin episode in general. I think kind of like easing our way into it. I think that's fine. I think they got the job done. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a nice, fun episode.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I mean, and like I said, I forget if this was on camera, but like I said, though, I do hope that everything working against this episode, I hope it like doesn't affect any more chances for Avatar and Genshin on the show, because
Yeah.
I do
agree.
think exploring these worlds more could be fun, especially Genshin. But
I agree.
Hey.
I hope something good comes out of this episode. The game releasing and the movie releasing don't count, by the way. We already knew about those. But I do hope that this opens up the door for another Avatar episode. Again, Sokka versus John would be nice. Azula versus Cinder, also nice. Please don't do Tara versus Goth rematch. I beg of you.
Yeah, dude.
Like
you're
talking,
Brett.
and that's me. And that's me saying that. That's me. That's the guy who defended the reason for that episode to be on the list for having a rematch. I just don't care.
Don't do it.
But besides, we gotta make way for the Peacock versus Bragg from Rivals of Aether, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I think that's a good place for us to end it off on.
Guess so.
We enjoyed this episode. It may not sound like we overly glazed it, but I think we summed it up perfectly. Maybe we just needed a simple popcorn episode.
Yeah. And this does the job well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't regret watching it.
No.
Exactly.
But that next time is going to be fire!